change the conversation that we're having with these things, because regardless, we still have an age of consent. Boys or girls, we still have an age of consent, right? And you will hear things like, oh, he lucky and all these different things. No, at the end of the day, if they're not of age, it shouldn't happen, you know?
Absolutely. And another thing too is that you mentioned earlier, women are not seen as predators, right? Which is also a problem. Like, in our society, we definitely are way more suspicious of men. And I'm not saying, that there's not cause for that, because there is also a prevalence of sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Where men are the perpetrators, right? They're the ones that are doing that violence. But we have to be fair and we have to be honest and include women. Some women are also abusers, and we need to call them out. Sometimes there are teachers being involved with school boys. Sometimes it's nurses. It could be any profession. It doesn't matter. And the thing is, like you mentioned, is that boys are taught to be so over-sexualized. Like, if you're getting sexual attention, it should be praised. It should be...
That's true.
It should be celebrated because, like you said, you're lucky. You're getting some... You're 13 and this 20-year-old woman wants you, boy. Like, that is, that's amazing. But really, truly, if the tables were turned and that was a 13-year-old girl with a 20-year-old man, we would not condone that.
Yeah.
So why are we condoning that when it comes to our young boys, our boys that are school age and cannot consent for themselves because they're minors, And it needs to be said that it's not okay, whether it's an older man or older woman. Neither are okay. These are children, and our kids need to be protected, right? Because so often what also ends up happening is that sometimes the father or the guardian or the uncle of these boys also expose them to these types of abuse to women. Like, they may have an older friend, and then they might tell them, like, oh, link up with my nephew, show him 2 things, because that's how you become a man. Like, ask a lot of men. That has been their story.
Yeah, that's been their story.
And a lot of them don't even realize that they were sexually abused, that their intro into a sexual experience was abuse.
Yeah.
So a lot of times women are not seen as predators, but we need to also view that it's possible that women can also be predators, and we have to call that out. As a culture, like, we protect women, like, we're very much so pro women, but we also have to call out and put predators in their place, be it a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. If they're causing harm, they must be called out.
You got me thinking about just culturally or in general. I think like when boys are younger, it'd be like, oh, girls gonna be come knocking at your door for your son. You ever, like, we would say that.
Yeah.
But if it was a young girl, we wouldn't say, oh, you gotta, like, chase the boys away. We wouldn't say that. We do more over sexualize the boys when you think about it.
Or you gonna break out the heart.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't say that for girls. We wouldn't usually say that for girls.
Exactly, because you can't have a man until you're 30. So
exactly. And that is true. Even girlfriends are more encouraged with younger boys than, or a lot of girlfriends are more encouraged with younger boys. Exactly. Than, like, if a father sees his son having a lot of girlfriends, they won't be upset. But if it's their daughter, they would be upset. But that's the point to say, like, it's how they're introduced to, like, the sex more, like, the sexualization earlier, right?